All right, Sean Higgs coming at you here. Little Big 12 college football talk in July. So we've done the ACC, we've touched on the American. Now the Big 12 gets the call. Give me a follow, Mr. Sean Higgs. If you haven't already, subscribe to the uh, YouTube channel here. Why wouldn't you? Midday Money, got the shirt. A little blue today. 7 days a week, 12 noon Eastern. Let's get right to it. Right? Try to keep this kind of short, not too long. We want you to listen. You can also find this in a podcast form wherever you listen to your podcast. Type in Midday Money. It'll be there. It'll be there. All right, we're starting out with Texas. Let's be honest, baby. Playoffs are bust for this crew, right? A lot of hype here on Sark's squad. Quinn Ewers, they bring in Arch Manning. What are you doing last year? In the Big 12, right? They're moving on to the SEC. Last title back in 2009. A lot of hype, Sark. Let's go. As they say, you got to poop or get off the pot. Can you win something big here? Yeah, you lost a good running back. On paper, this team is better than every team in this conference. But games are not won on paper. That's why Texas hasn't won since 2009. You're looking at a team that, 9.5. I'm going to give it the over. Plus 120. I think, this is a weak Big 12 for them. Now we're going to talk about the other teams in this conference. 10 offensive starters back, 6 on defense. You're welcoming in new teams, right? I mean, here comes West Virginia, Cincinnati, Houston, BYU, and UCF. The schedule's there. You better be in the playoffs, Texas. Better be in the playoffs. Oklahoma. And I should have said Texas plus 120 to win the conference. Whatever, 9.5. You know how I'm thinking there. Oklahoma's plus $3 here at Caesars, $3.25 bet MGM. I've said in other shows, shop for the best lines available. Couple bucks, it adds up. Now, we got a total of 9.5 here. And I got to say, I lean unders. I'm leaning unders here. This team, one of the worst defense football last year, 122 total defense with Brett Venables, who's a defensive guy. I'm not buying hype here with this team. And honestly, you got 7 starters back on offense, 6 on defense. You might be on the hot seat if you have another subpar year. Because I don't see a great year for them. Maybe I'm missing something. Give me the under 9.5. I don't got lean under. That's where I'm going. I think I got 6 or 7 wins I wrote down for them. Now, I don't know if that's just me being the way I am, but yeah, I'm not sold. I'm not sold on Brent Venables. I'm not sold on Oklahoma. Again, 9.5. No, under. I got to lean. I'll be in Vegas a couple weeks. I might actually just bet this as a non-lean when I get out there. But we'll see. K-State plus 650. It is a plus $5 at MGM. Again, look for those numbers. And I like the over here. I laid a 145. And that's, it was a straight ahead 7s across the board when I looked at a couple books. And I was using BetMGM and Caesars and stuff. Now, quarterback, healthy. I got it all written right here. I have it written down in my notes as well. 8 offense, 5 defensive guys back. But this team, they're just fight, right? They're always kind of in games, as opposed to Texas, Oklahoma, kind of play soft. The coach, the mental toughness, always grinding, fighting. I like it. I won't be shocked if these guys knock off Texas, believe it or not. I'm high on K-State. I'm high on K-State. Give me the Wildcats. Michael Bishop days. Next up, we got TCU, 14-1 to win, 20-1 at MGM. Huge swing. 7.5 is the win total. I lean over here. Now, Duggan is gone, right? Uh, New quarterback though, Chandler Morris. He's not new. He was the starter last year for to open the season. He got hurt. He threw 500 yards versus Baylor. So, are you really losing? Maybe. I mean, Duggan was really good. The problem here is 3 starters on the offensive line, right? That's a you have 3 starters back on the entire team for the starting. I said offensive line, but I meant the starting unit for offense. Last year, how many nail biters? You're in, you're out. I mean, last second. That kind of stuff, that comes back to bite you in the butt. Dream season for sure. Is this gonna be a nightmare? I don't know about that. I mean, you get a 5-star running back transfer from Alabama comes to town. You get another Bama wide receiver, new offensive coordinator. You're at Houston, uh, at Iowa, at Iowa State, I should say, K State, Texas Tech, Oklahoma. Some tough road games there. You on the road's tough to win. I have faith a little bit in the quarterback. 65-7 loss to Georgia in the championship game. Yep, kind of bitter ending to a nice run. I don't know if I'm totally down on these guys like some teams are, or some pickers, analysts, whatever. Now this next team, Texas Tech. I'm kind of high on a little Texas Tech here. 7.5, 10-1 to win it all. Win the Big 12. Clarify there. Number 2 offense last year in the Big 12. 11 offensive starters back, 6 on defense. 5th-year quarterback, senior starter here. Super senior, I guess you'd call him. Tyler Shough, however you say his name. He's back, 5 years. We're going to find out how good they are. They got Oregon in week 2. You're at Baylor. You're at BYU. At Texas, you got some tough ones. Yes, 8-5 last year. You used 3 quarterbacks. You use your super senior with experience. I'm buying. I'm buying Texas Tech. Little dark horse to win it here. That's how I feel. Next up, the Baylor Bears. 18-1 to win. 6.5 is the total. 7 offense, 5 guys back on defense. 6 and 17 last year. I look at the schedule here. I lean a little over here. Arnada, the coach, I like him. 4th year, but where are we at? Home versus Utah, Texas Tech, Texas, Houston. I mean, Utah. Cam Rising's pretty good quarterback for you for Utah there. At Cincy, at UCF, K State, TCU on the road. I lean a little over because I see some. I think they're going to beat the old AAC teams even on the road. So I lean a little over here, but again, minus 150, minus 175. Little heavy for me. I might just go, like it says here, maybe you want to just go to 7 wins. Again, lean over. Just a lean. We're just leaning. Kansas, 40-1. You got 10 offensive guys back, 7 on defense, 6 and 7 last year. Leopold, who I like the coach. I do. Total is 6 wins, minus 110. You got a 5.5, but juicy 150. I won't do that. Defense, 35 points a game last year. Started 5-0, finished 1-7. Your quarterback, though, was hurt. Comes back in the Liberty Bowl. How about 544 yards and 6 total TDs? Now, that's not too shabby. Comes back, he's healthy. No real thought on a win over under for me here. All I know is that he's turned things around here. This team before he came, 3-9, 3-9, 0-9. He gets there, they go 2-10 and 6-7 in year 2. Now the year 3, year 4 should be bigger steps forward, but this is still Kansas. I don't know. Win wise, it's just a pass. Folks just watching this for the first time, I'm putting these up here. Doesn't mean I'm going to bet all of them. You see some leans, others we talked about straight up like Texas. Yeah, we'll bet the over in Texas. I think they're They're that good. I think we could pencil in 10 wins for them. Others, we have leans, nothing written at all. High, we got a little. Speaking of leans, Oklahoma State, 28-1, under 6.5. I really like the under here as well. I think Oklahoma football's in trouble. You lose your 4-year starter quarterback, leading rusher, 5 wide receivers. You got a decent schedule, but Gundy, I don't know, man. Maybe should have hung it up last year. You got a quarterback who is at Michigan State and at Texas Tech. So it's not you're just bringing in somebody raw. You got a guy who's produced a little bit. And you want the Texas Tech version of him, not the Michigan version. That being said, I will lean under here. I think it's going to be a long year for Gundy, and won't be shocked if he, you don't like see guys hang it up after a losing season. But I don't know. I think it's going to be a long one here. Over is juiced to minus 160 at a 6. So 6.5, little, minus 110, a little better number. Under plus 130. So there is that. New arrival, conference reshuffling. UCF 28-1, 7 with the win total. Gus Malzone says, "Hey, we've been recruiting like we're a Power 5 school. Anyway, we could compete. 8 offense, 7 defense. Do you got the depth though to hang around? Right? You might have a couple good guys, a couple Big 12, ACC, whatever type players you want to call them. But new offensive coordinator comes over from UAB. You got who? You got Boise, Nova, K-State, Baylor, BYU, Oklahoma. I think you get some wins here because again, I'm not high in Oklahoma. Again, it'd be a huge upset to go win in Oklahoma, but I'm leaning over. I think they 7. I like the over here. Next up, we got who? Iowa State, 25-1, 5.5 total, 4-8 last year, 9 offense, 6 back on defense. New offensive coordinator last year, or for this year. Maybe he could switch up their quarterback who threw 14 picks last season. Total is 5.5. The under is minus 135. That's what happens. Brock Purdy, we saw him go to the NFL. You lose an NFL guy, I don't care what team you are. It's tough reloading. You're not Alabama. You're Iowa State. You're not bringing in another NFL type guy. Or if you are, it's a rare spot. I'm going to lead under here. Bring in a new offense. We'll see. An under for me. BYU, another new addition here. Now this squad, 60-1, 4.5 wins. Over is juiced to minus 180, under plus 150. I would probably lean to the under here. 5 Power 5 schools last year, 10 this season. That's what happens when you move up. Slovis, my guy. USC, Pitt. Here you go. Here in BYU now. So you got a steady quarterback, guy who's played at a decent level. You got a running back out of UNLV and Louisville. All right, maybe he's all right. New defensive coordinator for BYU. I don't know. Under plus 150. Sure. I think BYU is going to struggle here. I think it'll be a struggle. Another team, we talk about a team that's going to struggle. Do I have an official under in this one? Minus 160 at Caesars for 5. 4.5 is minus 110. I'd go under 4.5 here with Houston. 125-1. Opponents 96 and 60 last year. Here you go. I mean, you lose your quarterback, wide receiver to the portal. 5 offense, 7 defense, back 8-5. I do not see it happening. I mean, you got a couple wins. You should probably beat West Virginia. I think's a bad team. You see what I call them, and we'll get there. Sam Houston, you got a couple wins. You might have 3 wins. Sam Houston, you might eke out a 3 or 4 spot. Minus 4.5, minus 5. Yeah, I'm going that way. It's not an official play, but it's what I like. Since he had a 60-1, 5-win total, new head coach, offense coordinator, defensive coordinator. Man, you're bringing all new coordinators and a coach to the Big 12. Yeah, you're a little bit in trouble. 3 offensive starters, back 6 on defense. This is an underplay for me. It's minus 125. Yeah, I could do an under here with Cincy. Sorry, Craig Trapp. He'll be upset that I say that. And West Virginia. This is a MAC team. They are MAC size players. This is not a Big 12 team at all. 80 to 1, 5.5. Give me the under. You got a junior redshirt quarterback or perhaps a freshman redshirter. Who knows? You got a quarterback. You got a new offensive coordinator to boot. Third offensive coordinator in 3 years in West Virginia. That does not get you bowl eligible. Not in Big 12, not in the Mountain West, not in the Sun Belt. New OC and freshmen or guys who haven't taken snaps quarterback your team, no thanks. Obviously, my favorite here, the Texas over. I think they're primed for that. My sleeper kind of pick you want to go with. Here we go. Slide down here to a little Texas Tech. And if you're looking for an under who to fade, Houston and Cincy combo. Houston and Cincy combo. All right. Out of here. Thanks for watching. Give it a like on the way out.